Stop giving pieces of yourself to people who have never earned them. Stop pouring love, time, and energy into those who cannot even respect your presence. You are not meant to be accessible to everyone. Your heart, your mind, your attention, these are treasures, not free samples to be handed out to anyone who asks. When you make yourself too available, you teach others to take you for granted. You teach them that your time has no value, that your presence is ordinary. But you are not ordinary. You are not here to be someone's convenience. You are here to be recognized, respected, and cherished. People who truly value you will never demand constant access. They will never drain you just to fill themselves. They will honor your boundaries. They will celebrate your growth, and they will understand that your time is sacred. But those who don't deserve you, they will cling to you only when it benefits them. They will disappear when you need them. They will love the idea of you, but never the reality of who you are. Stop answering every call, every message, every request as if you owe the world your soul. You don't. You owe yourself peace. You owe yourself rest. You owe yourself the right to choose who gets to sit at your table. Not everyone deserves a seat. It is not cruelty to pull back from those who abuse your kindness. It is self-respect. It is not arrogance to protect your space. It is wisdom. Let people wonder why you are no longer as available. Let them feel the weight of your absence. Because sometimes silence teaches more than words ever could. Choose yourself every single time, because the moment you stop being accessible to those who don't deserve you, you finally create space for those who do. And that is where your true power begins. Stop giving your energy away so cheaply. Do you even realize how much your presence means? How much your love, your kindness, your time are worth? Yet here you are, pouring it into people who never stop to appreciate it. They just take. And the more you give, the less they value it. Why? Because you've made your energy so accessible, so easy to consume, that they have forgotten it is sacred. Your energy is not for everyone. Not everyone deserves to hear your voice, to sit in your space, to hold your attention. But you've been giving it away like it costs you nothing. And yet deep down you feel the weight of it. You feel drained, empty, unappreciated, and still you keep giving, because part of you believes that if you just keep showing up, keep sacrificing, eventually someone will see your worth. But let me tell you something. You don't need to prove your value by overextending yourself. Your energy was valuable from the moment you were born. Think about the last time you gave too much of yourself. Maybe it was answering the phone when you knew you didn't want to work. Maybe it was showing up for someone who never shows up for you. Maybe it was tolerating disrespect because you didn't want to look selfish. And each time you do it, a part of you whispers, "Why am I doing this?" That whisper is the truth. That whisper is your soul begging you to stop giving your sacred energy to people who do not deserve it. Your energy is like currency. Imagine you had a wallet full of money, and every time someone asked, you just handed it over without thinking. Soon you'd be broke. And the same goes for your spirit, your focus, your love. The more you give without intention, the more you bankrupt yourself. And when you are drained, when your soul feels empty, who is there to refill you? Usually no one, because the very people you gave everything to will be gone, searching for their next source of energy. This is why you must start treating your energy like gold. Protect it, guard it, cherish it. When you stop being so accessible, you immediately elevate your value. People notice when you're not always available, when your time must be earned, and the ones who truly respect you will rise to meet those standards. The ones who don't will fall away, and that is exactly what needs to happen. You don't need to be accessible to prove that you are loving. Love doesn't mean sacrificing yourself. Love means giving when it feels right, when it feels reciprocal, when it grows you instead of draining you. But the world has tricked you into believing that the more you give, the more lovable you are. That's a lie. You don't become more valuable by depleting yourself. You become resentful, bitter, and lost. Look at your life right now. Who drains you? Who always asks but never gives? Who leaves you exhausted instead of uplifted? Those are the people you must distance yourself from. Because no matter how much energy you pour into them, it will never be enough. They will keep asking, keep taking, until you have never left.
and you will sit there wondering why you feel so empty, when the truth is you gave all of your sacred energy to people who never deserved it.
Now imagine what would happen if you took that same energy and redirected it toward yourself. Imagine waking up and instead of giving your best hours to someone who doesn't care, you gave them to your growth, your peace, your dreams. Imagine how unstoppable you would become if you stopped wasting your energy on people who only come around when it's convenient for them. That's the shift. That's the moment you take back your power. The truth is, people only value what they have to earn. When your energy is constantly available, it loses its weight. But when you step back, when you choose carefully who gets access to you, people start to see your true worth. And the ones who never cared, they'll leave. And that's good. That's necessary. Because you don't need more people taking from you. You need people who pour back into you. So stop giving your sacred energy to everyone. Stop showing up for those who never show up for you. Stop answering every call, every message, every demand for your time. Because every time you say yes to someone who doesn't deserve you, you are saying no to yourself. And you deserve more. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see your energy as the gift that it is, not something they can casually consume and discard. Protect your energy as if your life depends on it, because it does. Your peace, your happiness, your growth, they all depend on where your energy flows. If you want a different life, if you want to feel fulfilled instead of drained, you must start being intentional about where your energy goes. Not everyone deserves you. Not everyone deserves your presence. And the moment you accept that, you step into your true power. Your energy is sacred. Guard it, respect it, value it, because the world will only treat it the way you allow them to. And if you want to rise, if you want to grow, you cannot waste another drop of your energy on those who don't deserve it. When you make yourself too available, you begin to lose value in the eyes of others. It's not because you are not valuable, it's because people tend to stop appreciating what they can always reach. Think about it. When something is rare, people protect it, they cherish it, they treat it carefully. But when something is always there, waiting, available at every moment, it becomes ordinary. And you are not ordinary. You were never meant to be someone's second thought, someone's convenience, someone they call only when they're bored. The truth is, the more accessible you are, the less others feel the need to respect your time. They begin to think that you will always pick up the phone, always answer their messages, always be there whenever they snap their fingers. And without realizing it, you start teaching people that your time has no boundaries, that your energy is free to take, that your presence has no conditions. But deep inside, you feel the weight of this. You feel drained, unappreciated, unseen. And the more you allow it, the deeper the cycle goes. People don't need to stop valuing you. It just happens naturally when there are no limits. Imagine having a favorite song. At first you play it on repeat because it's special. It makes you feel something. But if you keep playing it non-stop every single day, eventually the magic fades. That's what happens when you are always accessible. You lose the mystery. You lose the specialness. And before long, people stop noticing how extraordinary you really are. Being too available also creates an imbalance. Relationships, whether friendships, family, or love, should be a balance of giving and receiving. But when you're always the one giving your time, your attention, your presence, the other person stops putting in effort. They stop trying. Why? Because they don't have to. You've already made yourself too easy to reach. And the more you give, the less they feel they need to invest. But here's the truth you need to understand. Your time is the most valuable thing you have. Once it's gone, you can never get it back. So why spend it on people who do not appreciate it? Why let anyone treat your presence as something they can pick up and put down whenever they want? You are not a background character in their life. You are the main character in your own, and main characters don't wait around to be chosen. They set the standard and others rise to meet it. Too much availability is dangerous because it tells the world you have no boundaries. And without boundaries, people will take until you have nothing left. They won't stop themselves because most people act in self-interest. If you don't protect your own space, no one else will do it for you. That's why you must be intentional about when and how you allow people into your life. Not out of cruelty, but out of self-respect. When you step back, when you make yourself less accessible, something powerful happens. People begin to realize what it feels like not to have you at their disposal. They begin to notice your absence, and suddenly your presence feels heavier, more meaningful. They stop taking you for granted because they can no longer assume you'll always be there. And that shift changes everything.
This doesn't mean you isolate yourself from the world. It doesn't mean you stop giving love or support. It means you give with purpose. You choose carefully who gets your time and your energy. You stop responding to every call the moment it rings. You stop dropping everything for people who wouldn't do the same for you. You stop making yourself a 24/7 option, and instead you become intentional with your presence.
The reality is people respect what they cannot easily access. It's not about playing games. It's about teaching the world how to value you. If you want people to see your worth, you must first see it yourself. And part of seeing your worth means protecting your time, your energy, your availability. Think about the most successful, powerful, or admired people in the world. Do you think they're always accessible to everyone at any moment? No. Their time is limited, their access is earned, and because of that, when you do get their attention, it feels special, it feels meaningful. That's how you need to start treating yourself. Start asking yourself this: who deserves my time today? Who has proven that they value my presence, not just when it's convenient for them, but consistently? And who only reaches out when they need something, when they're lonely, when it benefits them? The moment you answer honestly, you'll see the truth. You've been giving too much access to the wrong people. You don't need to feel guilty for pulling back. You don't need to explain yourself for becoming less available. Your life, your peace, your energy are not things you owe anyone. They are gifts. And gifts are meant to be given intentionally, not wasted on those who treat them carelessly. So stop being too available. Let people feel the space when you're not around. Let them miss your presence. Let them notice the difference between having you and not having you, because it is in that space that they will finally recognize your value. And the ones who they were never meant to have the access in the first place. Your time is rare. Your presence is powerful. Your energy is sacred. Do not cheapen it by being too accessible. Protect it, guard it, and only give it to those who have proven they truly deserve it. Boundaries are not walls. They are not punishments. They are not selfishness. Boundaries are self-respect. They are the lines that tell the world how to treat you. Without them, people will take more than they should, push further than they are allowed, and drain you until you no longer recognize yourself. You've probably been there before, saying yes when you wanted to say no, allowing behaviors that you knew in your heart were unacceptable, letting people into your space who didn't deserve to be there. Every time you did that, you were breaking your own boundaries. And every time you broke them, you taught people it was okay to cross them. You see, the world doesn't always listen to what you say. It listens to what you allow. If you say, I want respect, but you continue to tolerate disrespect, the world hears your actions louder than your words. If you say, I need peace, but you let chaos enter your life again and again, then your boundary doesn't really exist. A boundary is not a thought. It is an action. It is a decision. It is a standard that you hold firm even when it's uncomfortable, even when it costs you people, even when it makes others angry. Because the truth is, those who benefit from you having no boundaries will always be upset when you finally create them. But you must understand this. Your boundaries are not for them. They are for you. They are your shield, your protection, your way of saying, I matter. My time matters. My energy matters. My life matters. And when you finally start respecting your own boundaries, you rise into a version of yourself that is untouchable. People will no longer be able to manipulate you, drain you, or use you because you have drawn a line that cannot be crossed. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They are about allowing the right people in. The ones who respect you, the ones who truly care about you will never be threatened by your boundaries. In fact, they will honor them because they know what it means to value someone else's peace. But those who protest, those who call you selfish or cold, they are only revealing that they were here to take advantage of your openness. They never cared about you. They cared about what they could get from you. And when you finally protect yourself, they lose their access. That's not a loss for you. It's freedom. There's a fear that often comes with boundaries, the fear of being alone. Many people think, if I set limits, I'll push people away. No one will stay. But let me ask you this. What kind of people do you want around you? Those who respect you or those who only stick around because they can cross every line you have? If your boundaries cause someone to leave, then they were never meant to stay. What is the point of keeping people close who only survive by draining you? That is not love. That is not friendship. That is not respect. That is dependency. And dependency disguised as love will only break you down.
Setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It is the moment you decide that your well-being is more important than someone else's comfort. It is the moment you stop abandoning yourself to keep others happy. Think about how many times you've said yes while screaming no inside. Think about how many times you've carried weight that was never yours to carry. That is what life without boundaries looks like. Heavy, suffocating, exhausting, and you deserve better than that.
When you learn to say no, you learn to free yourself. No is not cruel. No is not unkind. No is a complete sentence. It is you choosing yourself over being consumed by others. And here's the truth. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you are saying yes to something better. You are saying yes to peace, yes to self-respect, yes to the people who actually deserve you. And boundaries also create space for growth. When you stop wasting energy on those who take advantage of you, you finally have room for the things that matter. You have room to grow into the person you're meant to be, to focus on your goals, to build the life you actually desire. Without boundaries, you're too busy putting out fires that other people started. With boundaries, you are finally able to direct your energy into creating a life of purpose. The first time you enforce a boundary, it will feel uncomfortable. You might feel guilty. You might second guess yourself. That's normal because you're unlearning years of self-abandonment. But keep going. Each time you stand firm, it gets easier. Each time you choose your peace over someone else's demands, you get stronger. Each time you protect your space, you build a new standard for your life. And slowly you will realize that boundaries are not hard lines to keep people away. They are invitations for the right people to come closer. Because the truth is, people respect what you respect. When you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, you teach others how to treat you, and those who cannot rise to that level will simply fall away. Let them. Your life was never meant to be cluttered with people who dishonor your space. You are here to rise, to grow, to expand into your highest self, and your highest self cannot exist in an environment where boundaries are ignored. So understand this. Boundaries are not selfish. They are not cruel. They are sacred. They are the highest form of self-respect. And the day you decide to honor them is the day you step into your power. You will no longer be at the mercy of others. You will no longer be drained by those who take without giving. You will no longer be available to those who don't deserve you. You will be free. And freedom, that is what boundaries give you. The freedom to choose who gets access to your time. The freedom to walk away when you are not respected. The freedom to love yourself enough to never settle for less than you deserve. That is the kind of life you owe yourself. And it begins the moment you stop apologizing for protecting your peace. Silence is powerful. Your absence is powerful. There are lessons people will never learn through words, but they will feel them when you are no longer there. You see, when you keep showing up for those who take you for granted, when you keep explaining, reminding, begging them to see your worth, you drain yourself while they remain unchanged. But when you step back, when you withdraw your presence, when you stop giving them easy access to you, something shifts. Suddenly they feel the weight of your silence. They feel the emptiness where your energy once was. And that absence teaches them more than your voice ever could. People get comfortable when you are always available. They stop noticing how much you do for them, how much you give, how much your presence means. You become background noise, always there, always accessible. And the sad truth is, the human mind tends to overlook what it can always reach. But when you step back, when you create space, you disrupt that pattern. You remind them that your presence is not guaranteed. And in that gap, they start to realize your value. Think about it, when you lose something valuable, it suddenly becomes clear how much it meant. You might not notice the warmth of the sun until the clouds cover it. You might not notice the comfort of water until your throat is dry. In the same way, people often don't notice the gift of your presence until it's gone. That is why absence can be your strongest teacher. When you go silent, reclaim your power. Instead of arguing with someone who doesn't listen, you walk away. Instead of pouring love into someone who doesn't value it, you redirect that love into yourself. Instead of being drained by people who only take you, invest your energy into building the life you deserve. And in that silence, you grow, you heal, you remember who you are without the noise of other people's expectations. Your absence is a mirror. It forces people to face themselves without you to lean on. They begin to realize how much they depended on you. Without your energy, they notice how empty theirs feels. And without your presence, they are forced to confront the truth. They never appreciated you when they had you. That realization hurts them, but it frees you, because it is not your job to make people see your worth. Your job is to honor your worth by not staying where it goes unseen. Some will say, you've changed, you're distant, you're cold. But understand this, you are not cold. You are finally protecting yourself. You are not distant, you are drawing boundaries. You are not cruel. You are choosing peace over chaos. And if someone feels the loss of your presence, it is because they never valued it properly when it was there. Let them feel that loss. Let them sit in the silence they created. Absence also clears space for the right people to enter your life. As long as you are available to those who misuse your energy, you are blocking the path for those who would honor it. By withdrawing from the wrong people, you open space for the right ones, and those who truly value you will not be afraid of your silence. They will respect it. They will reach out, not because they need to consume your energy, but because they genuinely cherish your presence. Remember this, your energy is not a free resource. It is rare, it is precious, it is irreplaceable. The more you give it to those who don't deserve it, the more you rob yourself of peace. But the moment you pull back, the moment you go silent, the moment you make your absence felt, you reclaim control over your life. You are no longer reacting to others. You are leading with your own power. Absence is not revenge. It is not about punishing anyone. It is about clarity. It is about showing yourself and others where you stand. Words can be twisted, ignored, or forgotten, but absence cannot be denied. When you stop showing up, people notice. When you stop answering, they wonder. So stop wasting your breath on those who don't listen. Stop wasting your energy on those who don't appreciate it. Stop trying to convince people to see your value. Instead, let your silence do the work. Step back, withdraw, protect your energy. Because in that silence, the truth speaks louder than anything you could ever say. One day, those who took you for granted will sit in the emptiness of your absence and realize what they lost. But by then, you will have already moved forward. You will have already grown stronger, wiser, and more at peace. Because absence is not just about teaching others your value. It's about reminding yourself of it. So let them feel your silence. Let them feel the gap where your energy used to be. Let them wonder why you're no longer as available. Because the truth is, the moment you stop making yourself accessible to those who don't deserve you, you finally step into your true power. And nothing is louder than the sound of your absence. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is survival. For too long, you have been choosing everyone else. You've been choosing their needs over yours, their happiness over yours, their comfort over yours. And where has it left you? Drained, exhausted, unseen. Because no matter how much you give, it's never enough for those who don't deserve you. That's the truth you need to face. When you keep choosing others at the cost of yourself, you are teaching the world that you are second best, that you are replaceable, that you are not worthy of being chosen first. But the reality is, you are the only one who must choose you every single time. Think about how much power you give away when you put everyone else before yourself. You rearrange your life to fit theirs. You sacrifice your peace to protect their comfort. You silence your needs so their voices can be louder. And yet, when it's your turn to need something, where are they? Usually absent, usually unavailable, usually too busy to notice. And in those moments, you realize that you've built your life around people who would never do the same for you. That is why choosing yourself is not optional. It's necessary. You cannot live a fulfilled life while constantly abandoning yourself. You cannot keep pouring from an empty cup, hoping someone will notice your emptiness. They won't. They will only keep taking until there is nothing left. And when you are completely drained, when you've lost yourself trying to keep others whole, you will realize the cruelest truth of all. You should have chosen yourself sooner. Choosing yourself means protecting your energy, even if it disappoints others. It means saying no when you need rest, even if people call you selfish. It means walking away from relationships, friendships, or environments that no longer feed your soul, even if they beg you to stay. Choosing yourself is standing firm in your worth, even when the world tries to convince you otherwise. When you finally decide to put yourself first, something incredible happens. You begin to heal. You begin to grow. You begin to attract people who respect the fact that you have standards, that you have boundaries, that you are not willing to settle for being half loved. And the ones who don't like it, the ones who benefited from your self-abandonment, they will fall away. Let them, because their absence only makes space for what is truly meant for you. There is a lie you've been told all your life that to be a good person, you must sacrifice yourself. That love means giving until you are empty. That kindness means being available to everyone at all times, no matter the cost. But real love does not require you to destroy yourself. Real kindness does not demand your silence. Real strength is not in breaking yourself to carry others. It is in building yourself so strong that you inspire others to rise with you. Choosing yourself is an act of love, not just for you, but for the world around you. Because when you are full, when you are healed, when you are at peace, the energy you share becomes more powerful, more intentional, more meaningful. When you choose yourself, you stop giving from emptiness and start giving from overflow. That is when your presence becomes a blessing, not a burden. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if you started choosing yourself today? If you stopped answering calls that drained you, stopped entertaining conversations that lowered your spirit, stopped giving attention to people who never truly see you? What if you gave that time back to yourself, to your dreams, to your growth, to your happiness? The truth is you would transform. You would rise into the version of yourself that you've been suppressing for the sake of others. Yes, people will be upset when you choose yourself. They will call you selfish, distant, even cruel. But understand this, their reaction says more about them than it does about you. People who truly love you will never resent you for protecting your peace. They will never punish you for choosing your happiness. It is only those who benefited from your lack of boundaries who will complain when you finally set them. And that is your sign. They were never worthy of you in the first place. Choosing yourself doesn't mean you stop loving others. It doesn't mean you stop caring, stop helping, stop being there for people who truly matter. It means you finally recognize that your love, your care, your help, and your presence are valuable. It means you stop giving them away to those who misuse them. It means you become intentional, wise, and discerning about where your energy flows. When you choose yourself, you shift the entire dynamic of your life. You stop chasing people who don't care. You stop begging for love, respect, and recognition. Instead, you create a standard that demands it. And the moment you hold that standard, the world begins to reflect it back to you. Because the truth is, people will only ever treat you the way you treat yourself. If you abandon yourself, they will abandon you. But if you choose yourself, they will be forced to rise to that same level or fall away. So choose yourself. Choose your peace over their chaos. Choose your growth over their comfort. Choose your dreams over their demands. Choose your worth over their neglect. Because every time you choose yourself, you step closer to the life you are meant to live. This is not selfish. This is strength. This is wisdom. This is the foundation of self-respect. You are not here to be accessible to everyone, to please everyone, to save everyone. You are here to honor your own soul, to protect your own spirit, to build the life that sets your heart on fire. And that begins the moment you finally understand this truth. Choosing yourself is the most powerful decision you will ever make. And once you make it, once you truly commit to always choosing yourself first, you will never go back. You will never again allow people to treat you as if you are ordinary. You will never again settle for being an option. You will never again betray yourself for temporary acceptance. You will rise fully, completely into the person you were always meant to be. And that person, the one who finally chooses themselves, is unstoppable.